Thank you so much, sir. I was here and I listened to the panel discussions. You raised very important questions. We see that the world is full of crises. We see climate change, famine, and wars, and on and on. And we see that Western countries, which they are democratic, they are very powerful and influential. At the same time, we have all these issues. So, what's the role of the democracy and also the Western countries?
Well, democracy is perhaps half the world enjoys some form of democracy. The other half don't. Your country, Afghanistan, is now under the Taliban,
Yes.
which is a pseudo-religious group that has a lot of power and is destroying the independence of women, as understood
Yes.
in democratic countries. So there are only half the world enjoys democracy. If democracy is something, which I think it is something to be enjoyed. Oh, well, it's not protected at the United Nations, it's not protected in international law. Perhaps it should be. Perhaps there should be an organization of democracies
I see.
that protects the concept of democracy and democracies are falling all over the world. There were 7 in Africa in the last 2 years
Yeah, yeah.
have gone from military coups. There's, of course, Myanmar and Nagorno-Karabakh and other places have no longer democratic, and there must be some deterrent to military takeovers and the like.
Yeah, yeah. And what about the UN, the role of UN in this
Well, the
case?
role of the UN is difficult because it can't protect people. It was set up to protect countries' future generations from what its charter calls the scourge of war. How can you, when the scourges are Russia, which has a permanent position at the United Nations, can veto any attempt to protect democracy because it's not one. China is another permanent member with a veto. So democracy can't get a look in. It doesn't have any power.
Last question, sir. When I would listen to the panel discussions, yours and also including other people, it makes me very anxious, and I'm sure that it does the same too with other young generation or young people. So, what are you saying for us?
Well, it's up to them. My generation is the baby boomer generation. 50 years ago, we were outside the American embassy singing, "Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today?" Well, now it's Putin who's killing children and kidnapping them, and it's Netanyahu who is bombing them and killing them. So, are we in a better position? Probably not.